Alright, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to part 2 of the STI drivetrain swap. So I completed the swap, the car is done, and I've been driving it around for a few days, and it's good. It's definitely good, man. I also got new wheels. That's why the thumbnail had it blacked out, but this has been the most pleased I am with this car since I got it 10 years ago. So, enough BSing, and I'm gonna just show you. Alright, so I got these Enki PF09 wheels. I actually got them for a pretty good deal, and they're in the specs that I want with the tire size that I want. So I got 18 by 9.5 plus 40, because you guys remember me mentioning in the last video I wanted to go plus 5 higher offset, because I wanted it to sit more flush with the body. It was poking out too much. Like, the actual rim sat underneath the quarter or the fender, but the tire poked too much, and I don't like that. So with these wheel and tire, this wheel and tire setup, it fits perfect. I couldn't ask for anything better. The tires on it are Advans, like Yokohama Advans. I don't know the specific name, but if I do, I'll put it on the screen. And these are definitely lighter than the Koenigs, even though it's technically a bigger tire. I just washed the car, or I did what I could so I could record this video before the sun goes down, and damn, man, it needs the front lip. It desperately needs the front lip, because the front is like pitched up. Let me see if I can show you. So like, level, see how the front is so high, like the front bumper. There's nothing I could do about that other than put in a lip. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have a lip for it. It's in the trunk. The thing is, the issue I'm running at, this car scrapes getting out of my driveway. So if I put the lip on, the lip is gonna be eaten up. There's nothing I could really do about that, unless I add like some gravel to the front of the driveway so it doesn't dip before it gets on the street. The dip is the issue. It definitely needs the lip. So if I can avoid it bottoming out, I definitely will. But adding that will definitely make the car look a lot nicer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a drive in this car, and I'm gonna explain everything that I guess was done or needed to be done, and at the end I'm gonna tell y'all the price. The price is usually the sketchiest part, because like, nobody wants to be talking about money, and I don't want to be talking about money, especially if it was a lot of money that I spent. But y'all need to know if y'all want to do it. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the STI drivetrain swap. So in order to find a drivetrain, I went on Facebook Marketplace, and I found a guy who was selling a drivetrain, and it was maybe like $2,800. Obviously these are things that people could save and budget for, and that's what I did, because this is one of the things that I wanted to change on a car that I really hated. So I found the guy. He also has 2018 Brembos. So I was like, 2018 STI Brembos. So I was like, oh, this is a no-brainer. What I did is I made him an offer, and the offer that I made him was for the drivetrain as well as the brakes. had around the same amount of mileage as my car. Is like 80-something thousand, which was fine to me. So you get a drivetrain. So I say on average, STI drivetrains are around $2,500 to $3,000. That's what I would expect to pay for it. You do not need the knuckles if you're not doing the brake dust shields if you're not doing the brake swap. But you will need everything else. So that's that. If you have a stock STI flywheel, you can use the STI flywheel. You'll need a clutch though. And that's another thing that's like, For me, I went with a lightweight flywheel, which is around 15 pounds. And I went for a full face clutch that's rated for more torque than OEM. The reason why I did that is just in case I want to add some more power mods to this car before I go full engine swap and bigger turbo type thing. Before I did that, I wanted to at least put power mods back on this car. So that's why I decided to go with that. So clutch kit could be around $500 for the pressure plate and the clutch. You're gonna need hardware, obviously. So you need the hardware for the pressure plate, and you need new flywheel bolts. You can use the ones that are on your WRX, just make sure you red Loctite them and you torque them down to spec. A lot of people don't encourage that. And if you're in a, I guess, pinch for money, you could. So you're gonna need diff fluid and transmission fluid. I think I needed 6 quarts in total because the diff is a little over 1 quart and the trans is like 4.5. Shifter, if you keep the OEM bushings, you don't need anything. It bolts right up, just as you might need some hardware. So you use the 4 bolts for the OEM WRX trans, but you'll need 2 more bolts that bolt the shifter linkage to the chassis. And that's what helps the trans feel so sturdy. So in hardware, that's not even $5. You can use your stock clutch line and the clutch master. You would just need new crush washers, and I think that's pretty much it. So with all that included, I would say it's probably around $400 to $4,500 to do the drivetrain swap. So going past that, I did the roll center correction kit. I also did rear lower control arms and tow arms in the rear. The reason why I did the rear lower control arms and tow arms is because when you lower the car, the rear has a lot of camber. And when you adjust for that camber with the lower control arms, your toe goes out of whack. When I tell you my alignment is phenomenal, it's phenomenal. Jesus at Faction, he's the man. He's the man. He killed it with the alignment. I'll put the alignment specs on the screen right here. You can see that they're very even from left side to right side. Very even. Very impressed with that. I know this was like a talking video. I know more than likely y'all don't really like talking videos because, I don't know, it's not that entertaining, but it's more informational than anything. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Good luck on your STI drivetrain swap.